Beautiful ones. I am Bird Mahia and I have a special guest today. This is Naim and we are going to be talking about
Peace.
the heart.
The heart.
Yes.
The heart.
Talking
Apparently
about
we're talking about the heart.
Yes, we're talking about the heart.
Okay. So what about the heart?
We're going to talk about broken hearts. How do we heal our broken hearts?
You get a bat, you know what I'm saying? You get a box of matches, some gasoline, you know what I'm saying? You go over there at 3 o'clock in the morning and you put in work. That's how you heal your broken heart. You gonna walk away feeling relieved.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to do the work, right?
You gotta do the work.
We gotta do the work.
Gotta do the work.
And so what is the work? Usually we have a broken heart. When we fall in love with somebody, if we have not become whole, and a lot of us come from families that are abusive or dysfunctional, or even if we come from a really loving family, a lot of us still have issues that might have been generational issues or just life things. So a lot of us grow up and we're not really whole. And when we fall in love with somebody, we have somebody in our space that like loves us and makes us feel amazing. And we think, oh, I got what I need. It's kind of like we're not whole and they fill you up. And then when that person leaves, all of a sudden you're back to not feeling whole and you think, I need that person. You're just so heartbroken because, you miss them, but also it's a reflection of something that's empty in you. And so you're wanting to fill them up, fill yourself up.
Indeed, it comes from you. That's how you end up, having rebound relationships where you dive into a whole nother spirit, or you just grab the closest thing to you and you place them in that area where the other person used to be. And even though that other person might come with side effects to your energy, your lifestyle, like you're not really seeing that. You're just feeling the whole out of a sense of like flight versus like, fight versus flight. Fight and flight. Like you're panicking. You just find some person that you can just be with that's just there, and they might be of a lower frequency than you, but you're just wanting someone to be there because you don't want to take the pain. The pain is too much, as the process of healing should begin. Instead of healing, you just kind of basically just slap a Band-Aid over it. And we all know that if you don't properly clean a wound and you just place a Band-Aid over it, it gets infected over time, and then it can heal improperly. And there's so many other factors that come from that. Whereas if you find an individual who is whole after you yourself have become whole, then you are two whole beings being able to resonate together, and you're not codependent. You guys are two universes that exist within their own existence. You're not, the other person is not your better half. You are your better half. So if that person dies, leaves, cheats, whatever, you're still solid and whole. You know what I'm saying? You're able to properly transcend from that close-in relationship with that individual, and you have your journey back into self, which is who you're truly in love with in the first place.
Yes. I heard someone talk about like relationships being whole. It's almost like you become, like you fall in love with you and you're so whole. And then when you meet another person who is whole, and it's like you share your love that you have for yourself with the other person. So we're sharing that energy. Like I have so much love for myself. I've been on that journey. Naim, I know you've been on your journey. And like when you meet the right person, then it is like
it's harmonious.
It's harmonious.
It flows, and it decreases the worry that you have for mistakes and other situations, because when a person is whole, they are fully aware of what they truly need because they have given to themselves first. They're loving themselves first. So from that perspective, your mind state towards what you quote unquote need as far as in a partner, it changes, and you're aware of that, and you hold yourself to those standards, because if you are the love of your life, you treat yourself with the utmost importance, and you don't put yourself around anything or put yourself with anyone who is not going to benefit self. And immediately your red flags will go up and you just be like, this is not for me. But when you have another individual who is whole, like you're whole, you two are aware of what you need and don't need. So both of you will know that you're the right person for that other person. You're not meeting someone who kind of thinks, or who thinks maybe, like they're confident in their decision within you because from spending time around you or getting to know you in various ways, they will come to see that you are equipped with the attributes of a person who will not only benefit their life, but their family's life, because you're not just bringing a person into you, you're bringing a person into your chain of family. You're bringing their bloodline into your bloodline. So it's many factors that go into that, but the bottom line about the heart is that you have to protect the heart. The only way you can protect the heart is if you turn around and love yourself. Yourself is your heart, and so that you within yourself knows, like, I got me. I'm gonna be okay. So no one can come easily and just break your heart, because you've put that armor around your heart, and that armor is built from loving yourself. It's a natural created armor that comes from you putting the time into yourself, that you are able to protect yourself with confidence, and you're reassured. You reassure yourself that it's gonna be okay. You're not worried. You're not have to sit there and tell people, if you cheat on me, I'll kill you. Or, you know what I'm saying? You're not sitting here going crazy behind another person. When you get to a point in a relationship where the toxicity starts to evolve, you just easily release. And it's simple. I mean, I feel like you discuss, you process, and then you release. You never want to just eject yourself, because there might be a misunderstanding and things like that. Some people they just pop off. Other people, ponder and consider and think. But those are important things to just know about the heart, is heal yourself first, love yourself.
I like that visual of having that armor
of
love.
Indeed. And we come from having broken hearts, you don't
that's
know how
that's how we met.
You don't know how to stop it.
We bonded because we were helping each other with some of our broken hearts. And I think the thing that I learned was that my issue is that I call myself a titanium heart. Like, no matter how much I've been hurt, I continue loving. But you have to do this. You have to walk through life, because what happens when we get hurt is that we kind of block it up. And a lot of times it's coming from, it reminds us of, maybe our mama didn't really know how to love us, or maybe our daddy wasn't there, whatever. A lot of times it's that root, and sometimes it's even roots that we don't know. It's generational stuff that we got, because epigenetics has proven that we get the trauma from our grandmothers and great grandmothers and mothers, and that's not just a hypothesis, that's now a fact. So what I was doing, I was just opening my heart up so much and just getting it hurt, but it's I still had to open it up and love myself. It's the love I gave to other people, I needed to reflect that back to myself. But now I walk with my heart open, but I also have this boundaries. This is the third chakra thing. My boundaries are this is who can get in my space. I'm loving, I'll love, but you can't get into you can't get into my inner circle unless you it has to be. I have to feel good. And that's something that Naim and I, we're soul tribe, right? We're really good friends. And what happens with us is when you're vibrating, if you're vibrating high and one person's vibrating low, and you bump into each other, the other person's getting your energy, and your energy just flatlined. That's what we do so often. You've been vibrating, and then you are with somebody, and all of a sudden you're he's fine, or she's beautiful and she's got this body, but then your energy doesn't depleted. You don't even realize it. You don't even realize where it's coming from. But when you're vibrating high and you've been working on yourself and loving yourself and doing all the high vibe and eating the good plant-based food and being in the morning sun and doing the slow breathing, and you're doing all the things to love yourself, and you're vibrating here. If you vibrate with someone, you meet someone else that's vibrating here, and you bump, you don't just continue this, you actually vibrate higher. And that's what Naim and I have. When we're around each other, we know that this is a good connection, this is a good friendship, because we feel good. And a lot of times we are boundaries. That's one of my boundaries. It's if I don't feel good, and I usually know I'm intuitive initially. If I don't feel good, I will, I can be loving towards you, but I can give you, I can extend, but you can't come in my space.
No, I definitely have to learn how to create boundaries for myself and my heart when it comes to male interactions and female interactions, from friends to relationships. We quickly associate ourselves with people. We use the title friend, and I think that it's good to use proper word appropriation when it comes to the people that enter your life. Like I said, I very rarely try to use the term friend, in my sense. If you're around me long enough and our energy vibrates, I naturally call everybody brother and sister. But the way that I perceive and I look at you, I either look at you as a very close brother to me, or you just another brother that I see out in the world. I give love to both people, but depending on how you are within my circle and how you're not within my circle, I have to appropriate, because I have a giving heart. I'm naturally that person that'll give you everything. I'll give you a jacket and walk home in the cold, but I had to learn that was not a healthy way for me to exist out here in the world. I had to find boundaries, because I'm over here getting depleted. People are taking from me. I'm hurting people. People are hurting me. I'm not a balanced being. I have to have boundaries. And so I definitely don't just always quickly just meet people. I meet people sometimes and we have a cool conversation, but that doesn't mean like, let's think of, come to my house, come meet my mama, come into my life, come in. I just bring their whole life into my life without even asking myself who they are, what they're about, and what they're doing. And usually you can find this out from a conversation very quickly. I get very few responses in certain conversations just to realize where your mind is at. And once I see where you're at, I know whether or not you vibe with me or not. Now, I don't sit there and act uppity or treat you different, but I'm just aware of the type of person that you are. And so I don't take it any further than that. And I think it goes back to the heart, is that even when it comes to relationships, you have to be aware early on where this person's energy is, like who they are, before you sit there and go into a relationship with them. A lot of times you meet someone, they're beautiful, they're attractive, you're vibing them, there's just this energy, you're just so captivated by this person. But are they crossing? Do you have to take down some of your boundaries to let them into your life? And this is a thing that you have to humbly ask yourself, is that you have to set certain boundaries, certain expectations for what you accept and what you won't accept. And a lot of times we meet people that are so appealing to us, we're willing to accept stuff that is not on our, goes beyond our boundaries. Yeah. And because they have so much that we like, we choose to just say, this is so much. I think this is enough credibility to say, I can take down this boundary and they'll be okay still. It'll work with me taking it. It's okay because we can work on that later, or it's not that big of a deal in a way. And boundaries are set because they are big deals, because you have to keep those boundaries because they're necessary for you, to protect yourself. Yes. And that goes back to protecting the heart. You got to have boundaries on your heart when it comes to friendships and relationships, or you're going to get hurt. Cover your face or they're going to hit you in the eye.
And and I'm not saying you're protecting. You're not protecting. You're not blocking your heart.
No.
So we're talking about I'm going to talk about chakras. Like heart is heart chakra, right? Boundaries are solar plexus, right? Your belly here, right above your belly. This is your third chakra. Your third chakra is about personal power. So it's okay to have your heart open, and I have my heart open to even people that are longtime family and friends that I don't feel like they energize me, but I still give love. You can have dysfunctional family members.
That, I was on the whole. I was like, fucking forget love. I'm not loving nobody. I'm gonna just love me and my family, and that's it. Naim, you still have to love. I was like, I want to love these people. They keep hurting me, and I'm hurting them. It ain't right. But no, she's definitely right. You have to. But that takes strength, and that takes you not being a coward. You can't be afraid to love because you're afraid of being hurt. That's the thing about it, is that you have to be brave enough to still continue to love after you've been hurt and heartbroken. Society and the negative energies in the world want you to give up on love and say hate is stronger than love. The passion that you feel from the hurt that you have is stronger than you putting that passion aside, healing that, and still loving people. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because if you just leave yourself loving, love will continue to come to you. Just set your boundaries up so you don't continue in the same pattern. Yeah. You set certain boundaries and you stick to those boundaries and you learn how to love from within those boundaries, you will be safe. Learn how to protect yourself. That's all you got to do. And you will, not to say that you will be perfect, but you're definitely going to be a more efficient, loving person out there in the world versus somebody who I just love everyone and everything, and I just don't have any boundaries. I don't care. You can't be out there like that, because somebody will come with that baseball bat, knock your damn heart to Jupiter. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Indeed.
That's true. That's exactly what happens.
That's what happened, man.
So Naim and I, we're going to be doing a series. We're going to be doing...
For real?
Yes, for real. We're going to be talking about lots of deep things. So we're going to talk more about love and the heart, but we're going to be talking about twin flames, because both of us have our twin flames. We know we know the information about that, right?
All the knowledge.
Yeah.
I had to get that.
Yeah. And we're going to do soulmates.
I'm talking about soulmates, twin flames, and karmic relationships, and the benefit to knowing those things.
Yeah. And a shout out. If you're not following, we have to do a shout out to your music.
To my music? Okay.
Yes.
Dang, I appreciate that. Oh, I'm going to do the shout out. I thought you were going to shout it out. Yeah. Shout out to my Instagram page, DJTNT_buff_vegan. I give a lot of content on my page, knowledge, information about being vegan, some of the meals that I make more exclusively recently. I've dropped more music on Spotify, Apple Music,
His music
SoundCloud.
Is amazing. Like, it's dope. Like, your music, it is... Come on. Like, yeah. It's amazing.
It's just my music, you know. I let the people speak, but I do make music. I give conscious lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I don't. I just talk about the hip hop that I grew up with, and that's what I give in my music. You know, I don't try to be superficial or famous or nothing. I just love to make music. It's just that simple.
And your music's got a lot of wisdom.
Yeah, I definitely give. I try to find a
music.
rhythmic way to drop knowledge to my people and help them heal and also have a good time.
And how can they find you on YouTube? I have a hard time because that
T-
TNT, but when I do T, I can't ever find the TNT when I search for it.
Indeed, it's a capital T, you know, period. Lowercase n, period, capital T.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, we'll drop that down on the comments.
Yeah. TNT Forever is my YouTube page. It's TNT Forever.
All right.
But, you know, my music is just TNT, lowercase n, capital T's. And, you know, it's not just some artist name I made up. It's the abbreviation of my actual name. So, definitely, you know, it's a part of myself. But you can find me on anything, YouTube Music, YouTube, Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, SoundCloud. Look me up. Or just find me on Bird's page.
Yeah, find me here. Or, you know, I'm on Instagram too. I love my Instagram.
Indeed.
It's Bird Me Here. So, all right, beautiful ones. We will see you again soon.
Peace.
Oh, I have to end like I always.
How do you always end?
You're beautiful. You are powerful. You are amazing. You are more. Yes. You're more powerful than you know.
Yes.
You are lovable and you are loved. It's important to love yourself, right? And I love you, beautiful ones. All right?
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
All right.
Much love, peace, and light to you.